If collecting is your love,
I want more.
every day.
That's not true. He likes me because I'm loud and a brat and he can make me shut up later. Oh, I wish I didn't say that out loud.
The hits just keep on coming.
Stream so that I have a good looking head. When you say website, I don't think action figures. Thomas! Thomas! You and I need to have a conversation. You and I need to have a conversation because on the back is numero uno. I love this book. I love it.
Always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Before you get excited, that's a tail. The turtles had tails. Yeah, that's a tail. Thank you for pointing that it is a tail. That's a tail. The original turtles had tails. DCD Collects proudly presents signed, certified, and delivered. Each envelope has one 9.8 Sig Series comic book graded by CGC. These are hand-picked for you. 7 out of 10, my lord. It could take 6 months of being constipated before they die from the buildup. Not just any Iron Man. The Iron Man that saved us all.
In the box!
Doug! It's the Captain!
And I gotta say, that shield was pretty fun to paint too. It's chunky.
It is chunky.
Chunky with the oil paint.
Yeah.
Call on me and collect with DCD. If collecting is your love,
I want more.
That's not true. He likes me because I'm loud and a brat and he can make me shut up later. Oh, I wish I didn't say that out loud.
The hits just keep on coming.
Stream so that I have a good looking head. When you say website, I don't think action figures. Thomas! Thomas! You and I need to have a conversation. You and I need to have a conversation because on the back is numero uno. I love this book. I love it.
Always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Before you get excited, that's a tail. The turtles had tails. Yeah, that's a tail. Thank you for pointing that it is a tail. That's a tail. The original turtles had tails. DCD Collects proudly presents signed, certified, and delivered. Each envelope has one 9.8 Sig Series comic book graded by CGC. These are hand-picked for you. 7 out of 10, my lord. It could take 6 months of being constipated before they die from the buildup. Not just any Iron Man. The Iron Man that saved us all.
In the box!
Doug! It's the Captain!
And I gotta say, that shield was pretty fun to paint too. It's chunky.
It is chunky.
Chunky with the oil paint.
Yeah.
call on me and collect with DCD. If collecting is your love
I want more.
every day.
That's not true. He likes me because I'm loud and a brat and he can make me shut up later. Oh,
That will
I wish I didn't say that out loud.
The hits just keep on coming.
Stream so that I have a good looking head. When you say website, I don't think action figures. Thomas! Thomas! You and I need to have a conversation. You and I need to have a conversation because on the back is numero uno. I love this book. I love it.
Always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Before you get excited, that's a tail. The turtles had tails. Yeah, that's a tail. Thank you for pointing that it is a tail. That's a tail. The original turtles had tails. DCD Collects proudly presents signed, certified, and delivered. Each envelope has one 9.8 Sig Series comic book graded by CGC. These are hand-picked for you. 7 out of 10, my lord. Buenos nachos, mi amigos. What's up, Don? How are you doing? Oh, man. So, I was going to do something today and I completely forgot. Today, I was going to wear my Rasmus Dahlin jersey as a token of my love and appreciation for the Sabres.
It's because I forgot my microphone. Thank you, Crystal. So listen. It's been a day. All right. So I was going to wear my Rasmus Dahlin jersey today, as a show of support for the Red Hot Sabres and the unbelievable game that they had against the Lightning this weekend. Oh, what a game! And I so busy today that I forgot to grab it out of my out of the closet. So tomorrow I am going to wear my Sabres jersey, specifically my captain. Actually, the jersey I have, he's not a captain, but my Rasmus Dahlin jersey. So I want you to know that I wanted to wear it today, but I did forget. What's up, Crystal Juan and the babies? How you feeling, Crystal? We got that countdown on. Yeah, the game against San Jose wasn't too bad. I agree. I like that, at the trade deadline, we got a couple of tough guys that are willing to knuck if you buck. You're over being... Well, thankfully for you, Crystal, it's not much longer, my friend. You can go ahead and take a year or two off. Juan, I'm not speaking for you. But you can get some rest soon. And by rest, I mean not really rest. But you can take a load off. Oh, my dear. Listen, I am excited to meet the new addition. So I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait for you. I can't wait for Juan. I can't wait for Rhea to have the baby sister. You are in the uncomfortable stage. Oh, I understand that. But I am excited for you. Here is to happy and healthy moment when it occurs. I am stoked. Oh, yeah. I want to meet her and get her out of that belly. Yeah. Soon. It's right around the corner. He's got to hang in there a little bit longer. Already bigger than Rhea. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh my. Old chunky baby. Hey, listen, it's okay. It's okay to have a chunky baby. Babies are allowed to be chunky. Rhea was born 6. Amelia is already 7.5. I was about 7.5. My brother was 9 pounds 13 ounces. So just be happy she's not that big. What up, Hex? How you doing? Oh, so, dude, yes. What's up, Hellbolt? Love you, man. Hellbolt, have you been watching any of the sumo reruns? I know you wouldn't stay up late enough to watch it. But, man, this is a tough one for all of our peeps. Not a very tall or big person. Sure stretching. Yeah. Hey, not much longer. Not much longer. All right, I am texting Dangle. 25th, if she isn't already here by then. I mean, that's 2 weeks from today, so perfect. Absolutely perfect. You listen, Crystal. You got this. 2 weeks? You got this. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Maybe she'll surprise you. Maybe she will come this weekend just to, make it easy on everybody. Maybe it's going to be a Saturday baby. Maybe it's going to be a Friday the 13th baby. Hey. Oh my God, if I call it and she's a Friday the 13th baby, I'm going to do a touchdown dance. So there you go. I will. Come on, Friday the 13th, baby. Friday is the 13th, right? I'm not crazy. I mean, I am crazy. Oh, come on, Friday the 13th. Come on, Friday the 13th. She's ready. Everybody's ready, baby. Friday the 13th, here we come. Cheers to that. Hello, me lord. Good morrow. Oh, God, my lord. Let me tell you about me not... Man, listen, look at this. So I told you I was going to do this. I said they had this, right? They had this at at Costco. It's 100 proof, 100% Islay. That's pretty dark for Islay. Islay tends to be a wee bit lighter. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a nice 100 proof Islay Scotch nose. It's a bit grainy, like cereal, but I almost get like a toasted caramel note to it. And then I drink it. It's what I imagine swallowing a lit match would be like. It is fiery. I have to admit, almost it's a little bit too fiery. I even did something. Now this is 100 proof Scotch. It is okay to add water, a couple drops of water, or put that one on ice. I tried it on ice. I tried it with like 10 milliliters of water. It is a beast of a Scotch. Holy goodness, for $40, that is a whole lot of Scotch. And I have to say, the nose is delightful. The drinking it is not so delightful.
You just got dangled.
Dangle-lang, dangle-lang. But the finish, which lasts minutes on your palate, is unbelievable. The finish is worth the pain of drinking it. Well, dangle-lang, dangle-lang. Ooh, what's up, dude? Just talking about a little bit of Scotch. We're just sending the good vibes for Crystal to have that baby on Friday the 13th. She's so you missed this part of the conversation, Nagel. She's if she doesn't have it by the 25th, which is 2 weeks from today, they're going to induce her. She's going to have this baby, but the 25th at the latest. She says, "I'm ready. I want this baby out." I said, "Well, Friday the 13th. That's a great date to have a baby." So I am sending the vibes for her to have a Friday the 13th. Finish her. They're good at winter sports. I heard that too. That's also true. Like the finish on the Scotch is still there. That's how long. So I got news. Yay, closer you're going to get. The next full art project that we're doing is going to be done by Mr. Paul Maitland. It is going to be called The Great British Break-Off. What's up, Pat? Yes. At this rate, it'll be catching me in no time. Juan is actually hoping so. Well, it's Juan. You don't have to go through. Yeah, it's easy for Juan to say, right, Crystal? Like, yeah, let's just have 13 of them. Yeah, easy for the man to say, I love you, Juan. But easy for you to say, friend. I'm just saying, listen. That's like going to the tattoo artist and being like, what kind of tattoo do you think I should get? Oh, I think you should get an entire back piece that wraps around your ribs. Yeah, easy for you to say, tattoo artist. Oh, man. As somebody that has a pretty big back tattoo, I can tell you, I was only mildly ready for it. I'm just happy I didn't get anything on my ribs like I originally wanted. I had a friend who got a gorilla on his ribs. Just a face of a gorilla. I asked him why. He just said, gorillas are cool. And he said, when I go like this, it looks like the gorilla is chewing. And I was like, whatever floats your boat, buddy. Pat, who's doing your tattoo? I know a lot of tattoo guys in Buffalo. He was like, it would be cool if it comes on Mario Day. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been fun. March 10th, MARIO. Yeah. I didn't realize that was a thing till whoever posted it this year. Had already got 37 weeks. And yesterday would have been 37. Oh, Friday the 13th. Curious to see if they changed their screen name to ×2. Yes. I just now, when I put notes for their stuff, I just put CJR plus. I guess I could put CJRA, but I just put CJ plus. Best friend and artist is driving to Buffalo from Indiana. Cody Steven, another good friend, are going to work on a collab. Nice, jam piece. You're already trying to come up with a new name? Well, it'll come to you. It'll come to you. CGR Plus sounds like an expensive streaming service. There you go. I like it. Crystal One babies. All you gotta do is change the Y to an IES and you're good. Minimal. That way people who look at your name fast won't even know the difference. Only the true friends who read the whole thing like I do each time would know the difference. Excuse me. Pardon me. That's a little polar seltzer water, a little Guinness, and a little scotch talking. Yeah, this is not a rookie scotch. This is not one to be taken lightly. That one is probably going to take me a very long time to drink. That is a hot one. Oh, speaking of hot ones, I have a photo to show you. And it has absolutely nothing to do with what I was just talking about. Boop. I got my shelf put up today. Started adding some of my goodies to it. This is the one that is in my office. Lots of really, this cool thing right there in front of the, that is a microphone signed by Rick Jenneret. That's pretty famous. In front of my Neil Adams piece. Tell you, being in this industry, being in this business, CJ baby back ribs. That's actually pretty funny. Being in this industry, almost there. There we go. It has its perks. I'm not gonna lie. Juan's a girl dad. It happens. Not everyone can put the stem on the apple. I am aware how fortunate I am to do what I do for a living. And I want to get meta. And no, it's not because I'm drinking. I just started drinking when I turned the go live button on. And putting together my little thing that I have in putting it together in my office. First of all, I marveled at the fact that I, for the first time in my life, have my own individual office. Every other office I've ever had was a cubicle. And this is the first office I've had that's like, this is your office. Nobody's allowed in your office unless you tell them they can go in your office. And like and not that I'd ever do that. I leave my office door open even when I'm not here. But it's cool to have an office, and that's crazy to me to think that I, who am really a nobody, has an office. And then I started like putting the little trinkets and the things that I've collected over the years and things that have been gifted to me over the years onto that shelf. And I thought, wow, I am really lucky to be doing what I do. Somehow, some way, and I'm saying this to, while 43 plus people are watching me live, and countless dozens of people that watch the reruns of this, because we keep track of that stuff. And I felt a little nostalgic for and thankful for everybody, every one of you. And I know every night I tell you how much I love you, and I tell you how important you are. But I wanted to take a moment today to express my gratitude for all of you. It has been just over 5 years of me being live in one capacity or another, attached to companies on my own, and sometimes opening cards, sometimes just hanging out, and even long ago running a game show. It has been a crazy and wild ride so far, and I wanted to, outside of my normal thank yous, thank everybody for hanging out and being here. There's a lot of new faces that are here, and there's a lot of you that have been here from the very beginning. And I wanted to express my gratitude, and I mean it. I really do. All of the gifts that I've received, all of the trades that were made, all of the time that you have spent watching me yell into a microphone, and try to bring you some of the best things that I can possibly get my hands on to do so. It means a lot. And those items that were on the shelf that I was, as I was putting, I was like, oh man, I remember when I got this. Oh, I remember this was a trade. Oh, this was from, meeting so-and-so. It really hit me that not a lot of people get to do what I do. And I want you to know that I don't take what I do for granted. And I am appreciative for all of the times that I get to do that. With that said, I also want to give a very specific shout out to my people abroad, my peeps up in Canada, like Turt. I appreciate you. My folks down under in the great country of Australia. That is Joe, my friend. That is Ninja. That is Renga69. I love all of you. Thank you so much for your time and the time that you spend. Thank you for the emails. Thank you for the photos. Thanks for tagging me in things. I appreciate and love all of you. And I wanted to take a moment outside of the normal goodbye, which can sound canned to a degree, but it isn't. It's just I wanted to take time and say it now. So thank you, everybody. I really do love you all. I really appreciate that you take your time to spend with me on these days, and I'm pretty excited for some of the things that we're going to be doing. We were messing around with Whatnot tonight, and there's just a ton of stuff that's going to go up on Whatnot, and there are some pretty good projects. I have been in Doug's ear about a couple of things, and there's some really awesome things that are coming, so I appreciate you all. I know it's been a little slow lately, but things are picking up, and I appreciate it. Don says, thank you for being a friend. We've traveled up the road and back again. It's true. It is true. So again, thank you all. I love you all. And now let's open something. All right. Let me...
Go ahead, have a drink. Lie.
A little bottle of water.
A little bottle of water.
A little bottle of water.
Thanks, Don. I needed that. Hellbolt says, can I tell you a funny? Of course you can. I like funny. I should probably open up my app. It's not water. That's true. It's not. So I went to Grocery Outlet Bargain Market because I don't know if this one's going to close. They're closing a gaggle of them across the United States. I heard it was mostly on the East Coast, but you never know. And I went there because I realized I have to... Mrs. the Breaker wants me to bring these home. So these are now going home with me tonight, which means I need another snack for myself while I'm here, since those will be gone. So I got some Rip Van Romeo dark chocolates. They did the list of the closing. Oh, okay. So then I could, have something. Now open something. Jesus, we love you. I'm going to open something now. Just it was there and buy. They're gone. They sold out. They're only 97 cents for an entire bucket, Mrs. the Bee. So I'll bring that one home. I got these for $1.99. And I realized, and I had never noticed this before because I'd never shopped the full store. They had beer. And anybody who drinks Guinness knows that the Guinness draft stouts are like $10.99 a six pack or $9.99 a six pack. Yeah, they were $7.99. So, Mrs. the Breaker, I spent $8 on beer and I'm not mad at it. I'm not sorry either. Mrs. the Breaker, since I don't have any orders in, I have some things that are available to get opened. And I think we are going to get it started. I know you said don't spend any money because you would like to spend some money. But I'm going to spend a little money. You have a choice. I am going to make you part of this. Actually, none of that's true. I was making that up to try to coax Mrs. the Breaker into picking something. Your choices are baseball, MMA, or Looney Tunes. So like I mentioned, I was sold almost all my cars to my brother, but I needed to add a box to fill out the box, and I put a box of Lego in the box. Sent the pictures to my brother, and he was like, "There's cards in a Lego box." I went, "No, there's Legos in the Lego box." That is true. That is true. If there is Lego in the Lego box, then it is still a Lego box. Things we do to get where we want to go in life. Amen to that, brother. Oh my goodness, I just realized I did not turn the AC on. Give me a second to turn the AC on. There we go. All right, done. Mrs. the Breaker says, open some Looney Tunes. What's going on, Faultier Pine? Someone called my office today asking where the IT guy was. I told them he ran somewhere. Oh, ran somewhere. I get it. That's a good one. I like it. I like it. Ransomware. All right. I am going to place an order for Mrs. the Breaker. Oh, and I think we still have giveaway slots available. Yeah, she's going to get number 7, too. Add to cart. View cart. Sign in. local pickup because I work here. Yes, yes, sweet lady, we are. Fleer Retro Looney Tunes. We have not hit the auto. We have not hit the sketch card. Using the word work very loosely around these parts. I mean, I get paid. It's a job. You have to work at a job, so technically I'm right. Technically I'm working. All right, here we go. Let's get some ink, one form or an or the yeah. We haven't scored a jambalaya at all. If she nails a jambalaya, I'm gonna be like, wow. There's Merry Melodies. Man, I would love a nice. I wonder if they have my guy in jambalaya. That would be awesome. I would take that. I'd be pretty stoked. How about Taz? Numbered out of 299. That's something. That's a little something. He's a name. People know him. That's right. That's a pluros. That is a direct quote. I think since that numbered card was in there, there's a very slim chance of anything else being in here. Oh, looky. What a marvelous monster. Egbert. Michigan. Oh, Jimmy's going to love that Marvin. What did you say about my mama? Mama says a crocodile angry because he got all those teeth and no toothbrush. Speaking of, Sissel. Oh, Jimmy gets more Marvin. Man, Jimmy is making out. Look at this. Dang, Jimmy. Dang, homie. Look at you. All right, last pack. Speedy. That's a Crystal and Juan card. That is going to Crystal and Juan. Whoa, what was that? Oh, I know what that was. That was my Heritage auction stuff that I'm watching. Back to current. So I'm not buying these because I'm not rich. But I need that to not make noises. There we go. There's original Kurt Swan pages going up for auction. And they're literally sitting at less than $200 right now for those who don't know. There are sells, but there's none that I would. I found another seller for sells and he has original gouache backgrounds. So I'm gonna and he's doesn't realize what he has, and I half want to tell him. I think I might buy one and then be like, hey, these are the original gouache backgrounds. You know they're pretty tough to get, right? And then I'm trying to cut a deal on like 10 more. Kurt Swan, very famous for early work. He did DC comics mostly. A lot of early Batman, Joker, Superman comics by Kurt Swan. Very notable style. I am going to click on a Kurt Swan and let's see if I can get this to share. Please work. Thank you. So Kurt Swan had that style. Very classic, early comic. Just, I mean, the stuff's gorgeous. You can see that the French dubs are over, which actually makes this a very interesting piece to own. Especially, getting Kurt Swan for less than $1,000 is impressive. To get one that actually shows the different stages in the development of a comic book and the international use of comic books, I think is doubly so. As you can see, they are removable speech bubbles. I personally, conservatively, would put this at about a $500 to $600 page. And it's about to go on the block, so we're going to see what it goes for. Oh, yeah, it's skyrocketing now. 240, 420, 500. Yep, I say about 5-6 in this market. What up, Chef? I wouldn't be surprised if it hit $1,000. Like I said, if you're getting it for less than $1,000, that's a good deal. The market is dipped right now, so to go at this at 500-600, I would not have been shocked. But it is a Swan, so I would mark it all the way up to 1,000. If he gets it at 750, that's mid-mark. I would say that's a great buy. That's a fantastic buy. There's another Kurt Swan. Now, this one has a lot more Batman in it. This one should hit the 1,000 mark simply because of the amount of Batman that's in it. Batman looking directly at the reader. Or I could be wrong. Maybe people wanted the Joker. All right, let me get out of there. I just like to see what things go for. Giveaway number 7. Who is Beesball? $20.25 holiday. There's only 2 giveaways next, so the next 2 items that people buy, Nacho Alvarez. You're welcome, headphone listeners. Emmanuel. Adrien. Polar Pete. Boop. All right. These are going home to Mommy and Jimmy. Oh, Paul needs my shipping address. How funny. We were just talking about him. Let me give Paul our new shipping address real quick. This button. This button. Copy text. Paste. All right, there it is. He's like, thank you, sweetie. What can I say? I'm sweet. I actually got a recycling bin for the office. There you go. Juan, that is headed to your house. Team USA is advancing. Heck yeah. Ooh, Chef. Chef's like, what? You said there's only 2 giveaway spots left? I want one. And then there was one. Chef says, listen. I hit big last time. I bought out a bunch. This time it only takes one. I'm going to let you call your shot, Chef. Chef, I pulled 2 random boxes out of the case. Do you want the one on the left or do you want the one on the right? The right, all right. I'm going to put this one right here. That way, if anybody else wants the one Chef didn't choose, it'll be right there. But Councilman Chef, inside here, quite possible. What's up, T-Bone? We were just talking about baseball. Looney Tunes, in here is going to be either a sketch card, a jambalaya, or an autograph, because that's the type of luck that our buddy Chef has. Chef has had an interesting beginning to the year 2026. This box is going to soften that blow. He is going to be one and done. You watch. I'm calling it. One and done. And if this isn't one, then that one definitely is. Merry Melodies. Oh, this is such a great cartoon. The Robin Hood Daffy was awesome. I know all of you of a certain age remember that one. It was great. It was great. That's Porky Pig. T-Bone and Dangle are going to nerd out now. Granny. Ooh, there's a nice premium Porky. Who doesn't love a little premium Porky? Foghorn Leghorn. It's a joke, son. All right, there you go, Chef. I tried. I tried to work it, but it must be the other box. That's okay. You still have a free giveaway ahead. Let's find out what's inside square number 3. After I finish sleeving. Feel like a premium Porky these days. Yeah, man, I tried to buy some nice chops. Boy, I was not expecting that increase. I just get loins and cut my own. All right, number 3 is this one right here. It's a 3. All right, well, listen. There's supposed to be an evergreen pack in here. That means the last pack is evergreen, which I guess is some special die cut. So whoever gets the next item gets that free evergreen pack. I think they're tree-shaped cards. Alcantara. Young Lee. Larry Butler. Vlad the Impaler Jr. and Giancarlo. There you go. Oh boy. I think I like it better when other people pick out my scotch. Whew. Dangle-lang, dangle-lang, dangle. Dangle, do you want the not chef box? Yep, it is the evergreen pack. It's the last one, it had to be. Three packs with a special insert may contain two.
Oh, you just got dangled.
All right. I don't know what it is, but we're going to find out. Dangle, do you want the non-chef box? Or do you want a different box from the group? We have hit numerous numbered cards. We have not hit any of the big usual suspects yet. No sketch, no auto, and no jambalaya. Last case, we got one of each except for the jambalaya. And we are now at... Where are we in this case? After this box, there's a little over half a case left. There's 13 left. So the odds are getting pretty good if we are going to assume that this case is going to be like the last case that we blew through. Non-chef box, all right. All right, Looney Tunes, this is Chef. I've got to do it to you, buddy. It's kind of my job, and it makes for good television. Chef, this is what you didn't choose. Boy, it sounds so much meaner when I say it that way. Bonne chance. Ah, okay, good. I don't like them delays. That is Hector. Hey, Hector, look. That is 189 out of 299. I have to assume, because that is a numbered card, that is going to be the hit of the box. But can I be pleasantly surprised? It's happened before. It's happened a lot before. As a matter of fact, my inclinations are typically not canon. Cal Raleigh. That's what you got to do. You got to go to your next signing with Cal Raleigh and present that card and be like, look, it's you. Sign it. Now. Sam Sheepdog. This is clearly a dog box. Clearly a dog box. With the director of Book of Life. Stop grabbing that. All right. There's Sylvester. Oh, I know, Crystal. That's why I'm sending you my Speedy. And the Evergreen. Cruz. Ernie Banks. Look at that stance. And Jose Ramirez. There you go. You're welcome. Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. Uh-huh.
Where's the kaboom?
Ah, a Dodger Speedy? I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Oi. What'd you miss? You were getting a haircut. Well, you missed 3 boxes of Looney Tunes. And we still have not hit an autograph or a sketch card out of the case. There are now 13 boxes left. So if this case is anything like the last case we got, then we are due for some hits soon. I knew these would be popular again, so I just put one up there to show we had them and keep the rest under the table because I don't want to keep getting up back and forth. I'm getting old. I wouldn't want to burn too many calories. Just saying. Yeah, so the Sabres are awesome. The Buffalo Bills have a pass rusher and a wide receiver now. We still have a ton of draft capital. We have our first. We no longer have a second, but we do.
That belongs in a museum. So do you.
Thanks, Don. I feel like I do sometimes. Yeah, so we have lots of Lots of good stuff for Buffalo coming. I'm pretty stoked. Let's see who else we have here. Oh. There was an original Bernie Wrightson self-portrait that sold for only $500. I cannot believe it. If I had money, I would have bought that for $500. That to me is absolute bonkers. There is this painting of a guy flying with a cat on his shoulder and a dragon with a lady riding it chasing him. And I want to buy it just to give it to Mrs. the Breaker because there's a cat in it. And just the sheer ridiculousness of it is worthy of my walls. I like ridiculous. What can I say? Oh, it is amazing the level of thirst the comic book society has. The comic book fandom has. There are some absolutely unbelievable original pages by some of the most amazing artists in comic book history in this auction that are going for $300-400. And this nameless guy that I've never heard of drew a picture of a girl with naked boobies, and that sold for $650. I Googled the guy, and he doesn't come up really as done anything important, but he drew boobies. And apparently the boobies are worth $600. I don't understand. I would rather have a Kurt Swan who drew what? I suppose, like, did somebody say boobies? Yeah. It must have been very nice. Very nice. They are top 10 nice. I don't know. It's just, they're drawings, so it's like, oh, awesome, cool. I don't need that hanging on my wall. It just blows my mind. Like, oh, I can have a Kurt Swan original page, or I can have Joey Carpal Tunnel drawing me boobies. I'll take the Swan. Oh, wow, 47 people watching me talk about. Oh, look at that. I mention an artist drawing boobies, and I get 7 more people joining the stream. It's like they have the spidey sense, the Peter tingle, as they say in the movies. Phrasing? That's what they called it, the Petey tingle. Isn't that what they said? Do you have the Petey tingle? Yes, I have the Petey tingle. It's one of the funniest scenes of the whole movie. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think I was making an honest reference. I'm pretty sure that was an honest reference. Oh, it's hot. So here's what I have to say about this new studio. My office has a vent in it right by the door. So I actually feel the air conditioning where I'm at. It takes like 10 minutes to cool this entire, and this is a multi-thousand square foot studio. And it's cooled down in like 10 minutes. It was 73. I put it down to 68. And I can feel that it's down to 68. Whew, does anybody else want anything? Started off hot. Like the room, we've cooled down. So it looks like I'm going to have to go with the current women's title belt to get signed by Stephanie. It's really hard to find an authentic replica belt of women's title for that Attitude Era. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me think. When is that signing? April 18th? Okay. What was her weapon of choice in the ring? Excuse me. Did she not use foreign objects? This was a chuckler signing a trash bag. The woman's slap. She did, because of Hunter. She did use the sledgehammer. Let me do some, don't snap purchase that belt. Let me do some outside the box thinking. I want to see if I can think of something cool. Give me 24 hours. You know what? What are we saying? Give me 24 hours. Let's look now. Hold on. I'm going to open it up. Bag signed by her and Jericho. Jeez, Zipporos. He really wants the bag signed. You know how tough it is to sign a bag? It's tough. All right. What was I looking for? Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah, I can close that out. That's not it. Stephanie Hand is not have a traditional physical weapon of choice. Like her husband, triple H, characters defined by her signature slap, a trademark strength is used as a matter of respect. Okay. All right. Hey, Kate. That's kind of cool. I mean, it really does show off her mic skills. Always get a figure signed. I arrived in Arizona for the Dodger spring training. I'll land at the airport and head over to Friday night SmackDown. You're going to SmackDown on Friday too? So not only are you getting spring training in, you're going to get a little SmackDown in. Nope, she does not have a foam hand or anything. How the hell do I not know how to spell memorabilia? I'm literally in the memorabilia world. Oh, here you go. You buy this, you have her sign it, you have Triple H sign it. That would be a piece. That would be a piece. I don't think Triple H does signings anymore. But man, if he did, that would be crazy. Or you find one signed by Triple H. All right, maybe that's it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. All right, hold on. I'm going to log into eBay for this one. But obviously I don't want you to watch. I don't want you to watch my login. Whew. There's China and Triple H. Yikes. Excuse me. That's not Triple H, folks. What are you doing? All right. Dang, that's a heck of a piece right there. No longer an artist? Yeah, that complicates it. Oh. Thank you. I just had it stuffed. I know exactly where that's from. I was hoping to find one with at least either her next to him or her in the photo. What? $60? That's pretty dang cheap. Of course, it's not CG Seed. What up, Money Mitch? So, Crystal is going to be meeting Stephanie McMahon, and we're trying to think of something outside the box to have Stephanie sign. So, I was thinking JSA authenticated Rhea Ripley signed for $50. That seems like a really good deal. So I was trying to find something that Hunter already autographed with her in it, and have her sign next to him But that's not as easy as you'd think. I would look for a picture of her at WrestleMania. Yeah. I don't know if that will get that. No, I don't want Stephanie Vaquer. Boy, these are getting dicey. I don't know how much further I want to scroll. Guess I really have to write McMahon in there. Oh, wait. It's already here. Able to secure both the picture and an autograph session, so that's why we're looking for things to get her to sign. That makes sense. See, I would want something like that, but that's already signed by her. I want it signed by him. Wow, that's her and Andre. That's pretty dope. Makes sense, though. She would have been there. Yep. Yeah, something like that, Money Mitch. But already signed by Triple H. Boy, that would have been a good one. Those are all fakes. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, I know, but it's worth a shot. Yikes. Whoa, hey now. Whoa, no, get out of there. We're done. We're done. Get out. Get out. No, get. Not this type of content we want to show. I tried. Yeah. That dual figure would have been awesome. Geez, stop. Nobody wants to see boobies. All right, hear me out. Hear me out, Crystal. Kurt Angle is going to be at Comic-Con Revolution in Ontario next month. So you could get Stephanie and Kurt on there. And the tricky part would be Triple H. It's a possibility. I'm just saying. It would be near impossible? Yeah. Triple H is a butt. I mean, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Yeah, there's that battle pack again. Hold on, let's think outside the box again. Let's reword it. Yeah, hey, I'm just trying. It'd be really nice if we could just find a Triple H signed duo that he already signed. But I guess that's asking too much from the universe. I was watching wrestling in Houston before Mattress Mac could afford commercials. Did things Mid-Southwestern to promote his business. That is awesome. I know exactly who Mattress Mac is. I, living in Houston, know exactly who he is. And I laugh every time he loses the Super Bowl. I mean, we all know that he's insured against it, but still. All right. I give up. I tried. Whoa, Neil Adams signed Ali versus Superman. That's definitely Neil. Boy, I don't think 219 is out of the question. Not at all. You can trust Clan McDonald, by the way. Clan McDonald is a well-known, very good company. Doug gets a lot of exclusive stuff from Clan McDonald. So if you are looking for a very inexpensive Neil Adams piece that is not a comic, gobble that up. Honestly, I should probably buy it and put it next to the Superman Ali thing that I have. Let me go ahead and heart that. If I accidentally get some money that I'm not allowed to, spend, I might just do that. Those would be nice bookends. Did my best. Did my best. Whatnot is basically gambling. That's a complicated statement, but yes, to a degree. So, and this is, again, full transparency on Whatnot, because we are going to be on Whatnot. I don't lie. Sports box breaks are always a gamble. There is a chance that you will not get anybody from your assigned team and or player that you get. Exactly. Correct. It is a gamble. And you lose exactly. Yes. I believe Whatnot's new rules say they have to send you something in place of that, but it could be literally a base card of Johnny Bumankle. But yeah, it is the biggest argument, and one of the reasons I really got away from it was the gambling aspect of it. I didn't like what it had turned into. Initially, box breaks were an inexpensive way for you to get into sports card collecting. You would do it with a bunch of friends, and you would split them up. It turned into a monster. It turned into the card companies making profit for a pittance. We are going to be doing breaks in Whatnot. I'm going to give you full disclosure and warning. We are going to be doing them, but we are telling you up front in the very beginning that we are going to be doing those. We are doing them literally for money. That is the God's honest truth. I do not recommend most of you getting into box breaks. I don't. I had been doing box breaks since 2011. I know this because I pulled Cam Newton's Plates and Patches RPA out of 99, and that was my first big pull from a box break, and that was in 2011. So I have been part of breaking for about 15 years now as a buyer. I have been a breaker for 5 years, and I left breaking because I didn't like how unfair it became. COVID jacking up the prices, people being home and realizing that this was a thing, and the companies like very, very specifically Panini and what's their name? Scumbags, Fanatics. The opinions expressed on this show are solely of DC the Breaker, not of DCD Collects. Decided to take that momentum, jack up the prices, and yet offer you less than what they were offering before, which is, I mean, I hope they stub their toe. But there is a rabid fan base for it. We are going to do that in addition to having our regular stuff. That is signed comics and things, just real inexpensive auctions, quick auctions. But we are going to do box breaks just for the fun of doing that. However, I do not recommend most of you getting into them. If you do not have any disposable income, do not get into box breaks. The reason we actually did DCD Collects the way that we do it now is because when you are buying one of these art boxes, they're not mystery boxes per se. They are more blind boxes. Everybody is getting something, just like a Labubu. Everybody is getting something. There is no losing when it comes to our projects. That will not be the case when we do the full sports card box breaks. Even most of the box breaks that I do here, when I do There Will Be Blood, I guarantee everybody is going to get something. I only, sell the spots that are equivalent to autographs or hits. That's it. I never leave anybody hanging. That is going to change when we do some of the sports card team breaks and player breaks on Whatnot. 100%, if you do not have disposable income, it's not for you. Do not do it. It's not worth it. Do not bank on getting a card that is going to get your money back. Do not bank on getting a card that's going to put your kid through college. It's not going to happen. The odds are sharply stacked against you. With that said, if you have disposable income and you want to have that fun rush of gambling, because it's what it is, then by all means, do it. But only do it with disposable income. Do not put your rent on there. I had a person at the old place I worked that actually in the chat said, I am withdrawing money from a college fund because I know I'm going to hit this card. They were chasing after a Zion Williamson rookie. In hindsight, can we talk about how stupid that is? Did he get it? No, he didn't. Did he lose his butt on that break? Oh, absolutely. He got dusted. He spent about $16,000. He scored about $2,000 worth of cards. That is a very popular break that you can find on YouTube that I am doing. And if you catch the chat, because the chat had 1,000 people in it, and it was going like a hurricane, and there was no slow mode there, I believe you can hear him, or you can read him say college fund. I think if you Google college or word search college, you'll see him say it. I think that was they buy the hype. That's right. I think it was during the recording that he said that. I can't remember if it was during or right after we cut it that he's like, I just withdrew from my kid's college fund. People do that. You can Google people taking out second mortgages to buy sports cards. It was a thing. It is gambling. And I'm not supposed to tell you that. I'm supposed to say, no, it is a game of chance and luck. No, it's gambling. And we are transparent, and I'm not going to lie. It's gambling. Only do it. Treat it like you would a lotto ticket. You shouldn't buy scratchers if you don't have that money to drop on scratchers. This is the modern day scratchers. This is the person taking their $10, getting a Shohei Ohtani spot randomly assigned to him and thinking, oh my God, I can get an Ohtani for $10 and he gets nothing. Hey, listen, my name is literally DC the Breaker. That's literally what my brand was built around. Sapporos, feel free to show them this video and tell them this is a breaker who used to do it at the highest level on the planet at that time. I literally was. I'm not bragging because I walked away from the industry. I am now begrudgingly getting back into it because there are some products out there that are fun. These things, notice, I don't do breaks on these. These are all personal breaks or guaranteed hit breaks. There are none of those. The lotto is like retirement fund. Eventually pays out, right? Yeah, money much. Go with that. Breaking is not worth it unless you already have extra income. Unless you are going to sell the collection you have to take a risk on a collection you might have, I wouldn't do it. Have I bought into breaks in the last 60 days? Absolutely. I went on. It's worth it if you're the breaker. It's right, because you're the house. Apologies. It's all good, man. We're just talking about how people shouldn't buy into breaks and how you should only do personal breaks. Dangle, I said team breaks and player breaks are not the way to go. Just save your money and buy a box. And even then, with the hit rate that boxes are, unless you're buying something that I know is good and has value, don't do it. I curate these boxes. None of these boxes are modern, with the exception of Stadium Club. That is the most modern box I have. That's 2025, because I think that's an unbelievable value 2 guaranteed autographs for under $200. Aside from that, everything else is at least 2 years old. Time has had their way with the product, and I know that the value is there. That's why these are here. The stuff that we're going to do on Whatnot is going to be museum collection type stuff, is going to be $600 boxes of cards. Again, if you don't have that disposable income, don't buy it. Do not buy it. How many breakers on the planet are going to tell you don't buy a product from them? I'm telling you right now, if you do not have disposable income, don't buy a spot from us. If you are going to buy something, buy a personal break. Buy a personal break. Buy a box and have me open it for you. Did you hear about they plan on doing the Topps Chrome WWE cards? I did not. I have not followed up on it. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Look at me. I used all my cards to sell to get back to Japan. See, there you go. Can only do it once. Saw a post earlier. How much should Topps Series 1 boxes be? The lowest option was $199. Yeah. I tried to get some Series 1 when it was at $135 and I couldn't even do it. If you add it up, you probably would have paid 2 trips to Japan for what you paid for getting the set originally. Very true. Hellbolt says, yeah, there's one. It needs DC the Breaker. They will likely do other versions of it as well. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to Google it unless somebody can paraphrase. The person I think said Dutch style. Okay. Now I'm hot. There is nothing more depraved and greedy. And there's nothing that says, I hate you, the consumer, more than Dutch style auctions. Nothing says, F you, I need a third yacht, more than Dutch style auctions. Dutch style auctions are late stage capitalism at its most debased, lowest common denominator. Dutch style auctions are a company's way of saying, I don't care about you at all. I want you to feel the pain. I want to maximize my profits while minimizing my output to you. Nothing makes me more angry about the card business than Dutch style auctions. I have more respect for the flippers that go to Walmart and go to Target and buy out entire shelves in front of children and resell them. I have more respect for those loser dirtbags than I do for Dutch style auctions. Do Dutch style auctions? No, that's Dutch oven. Very different, Kate. But you know what? In both cases, you end up with a bad taste in your mouth. A Dutch style auction is FOMO unleashed. They're going to start, I'm going to give you a very simple explanation. And let's just say, I'm about to explain it, Money Mitch. A Dutch style auction is, we have X amount of boxes of cards. We have a finite number of cards. At noon, we are going to start the price per box at $1,000. Every 5 minutes, we are going to make it $50 less. So at 12:05, it is $9.50. At 12:10, it is $900. And we are going to lower the price every 5 minutes, $50, until it sells out. So you have no idea when it's going to sell out. So they want you to fear missing out. And they want you to buy it at the highest price possible so you don't miss out. It is debasing humanity. It is debasing, I can't say humanity, other people are debasing humanity right now. It is debasing the collecting theory, the thought of collecting, the hobby of collecting. It is debasing it to a degree that is offensive, repulsive, and repugnant. Dutch style auction should be illegal. It is a joke. It is extracting as much money as they can out of consumers. It is making you feel the pain. And there's nothing special about these boxes. They're the same bum boxes you're getting no matter what. But guess what? It changes the price of the resale of them too. That person who got in too early, that spent maybe $800 on a box, when the boxes went down to $400, that person has a choice. Either they eat the money and open the box, or they sell it at a loss and write it off. Those are their options. There's no third option. Oh, maybe the third option is sucker somebody else. Hold on to it till they're all sold out. Here's what I can tell you. I worked for a company that used to pay employees to attend these Dutch auctions on their own accounts and would then bounty those. Hey, for every box you get, we're going to give you $20 over the price you paid. That's what they do. It's meant to allow multiple people to get them. The people that pull the strings still get more than anyone else because they pay their people to get them. Put it on the company card and tell me how many boxes you got. I'll give you $20 per box. Oh, you got 8? Here's $160 cash. Thanks. Don't tell anyone. Yeah. Dutch auctions are the single most offensive things a company could do to their consumers. I will stand and die on that hill until my name is besmirched. That is part of the reason I stopped doing it. Trust me, I would love to change my name from DC the Breaker because Breaker has such a negative connotation. When I go to Vons to get groceries, there is a Pokemon vending machine there. It's the one that every half hour or hour releases a couple of more items that you can get. First come, first serve. And I get them for James. Have you ever seen me sell or open a Pokemon product here to you? No, not unless we bought actually, I don't know if we ever did for DCD Collects. We always did personal breaks. When I'm sitting in line talking to people and they're talking about flipping their boxes, which God bless them, you're getting them at MSRP. Yeah, if you're getting an Elite Trainer box for $49.99 and they sell for $170 on the market, God bless you, make your money, do it. I buy them to open them for James. I got an Elite Trainer box for $49.99, and they're like, "Oh man, that's a good get." I'm like, "I'm gonna open it right now and give my son a pack." Like this, if he does something, he tries a new food he's never tried before, I buy him a pack of cards. Hey Jimmy, I know you haven't tried soup before. Try this broccoli cheddar soup, and if you just try it, I'll give you a pack of Pokemon cards. That's what I use Pokemon cards for. But when I am standing in line, and my email that I'm putting into the thing is DC the Breaker, people are like, "Oh, he's a breaker. He's flipping these." I would love to come up with something different, like DC the Man or DC the Creator or DC the something. But unfortunately, I'm branded as DC the Breaker, and I would have to change email. I'd have to change so many things, so many stamps and stickers that I made, websites, that it would be very expensive to change from DC the Breaker now. That's why I tell people just to call me DC. Yeah. Dutch auctions, boy, I don't know if you could pick up on how hot those made me. Just tell people you were an electrician. There you go. DC the Breaker. That's right. That's an electrician. That's right. Yeah, that topic makes me hot. That is bullcrap. If this was a swearing stream, I would have a list of explicatives for those people and their mothers. Hellbolt says, I will forever be a genuine member of the DC-holic Society. That's right. You rock the tracksuits. Maybe they think you're a break dancer. That's right. I'm just mafia. I break bones. Yeah, I was surprised. Went to Target Sunday around 5, sitting on the shelf. They were the Universe Blasters, yeah. Here's what I can tell you. Back when I was doing the Dutch auctions for money, I believe it was 20% over baseline. Is what I'm trying to remember exactly where they buy so I can help you. I want to say it was 20% over the baseline number. Is when he would say buy it at this price or below. And I want to say if the bottom was 500, then it was like 600. Buy it at 600 and below. You know how I remember this? I remember this from 2020 Bowman First. 2020, I want to say it was 2020 Bowman First was Dutch auction. And that's right, you should open them. Because collecting is for opening. I'm like hot and uncomfortable now because that's how much I hate Dutch auctions. I'd rather have a Dutch oven from King Kong Bundy than have a Dutch auction for Topps or Fanatics. And that's all I got to say about that. No, you're absolutely welcome. I'm sorry that it is being laid out like that. Gojira. Yeah. Like, here's the thing. And I might get a little spicy with this, so forgive me. These jackwagons know exactly how much it costs to make their product. They know to the fraction of the penny how much it costs to produce a box of their cards. They pay people 6 figures, multiple people, 6 figures, to know the fraction of the cent it costs to make their cases, down to the fraction of percent. They know that number. That number is written in a book somewhere. It cost us this much to make this box of cards. They're never going to tell you that number. They know how much they can make reasonably. A Dutch auction is them saying, I know how much this costs, but I want more. How much more are you going to give me? I will bet you whatever the bottom baseline number of that is. Let's say the lowest that Dutch auction can go is 400. I bet you it costs $100 to make that box. I would assume that it is a 400% markup base. And other companies, the middlemen, will mark up about 100%. So, I would not be surprised if the baseline is 400, that box costs them $100 to print, acquire the signatures for on average. If you averaged out all of the cost of signatures and production per box, I bet you even at the lowest number they're making 400%, which means everything above that 400% is to pay off their mistresses, to buy additional yachts, to get a third home in the Alps. Why does that make me think of Taco Bell? What? Why does it make you think of Taco Bell? I don't know. You hungry, honey? Any chance you can show me what I got tonight? I missed out on most of it. I had to go help another neighbor bring his groceries into his house, and another neighbor, he was trying to dig up a broken PVC water line he broke. Dude just had surgery on his back and foot. He was trying to dig it up, and the post hole digger, while sitting on a log. Took me 10 minutes. Pretty sure he was going to be there for a couple more hours at least. Oh. Hellbolt's message. Yeah, I can show you, buddy. I'm going to warn you, it wasn't fantastic. Rip that Band-Aid off. Well, again, Dangle, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but I can't believe that you didn't dive into those UFC boxes yet. You are the champion of UFC in this chat. I figured that was a no-brainer. Hey, man, is anybody else disappointed with the White House card? I was expecting a little bit more. I was expecting, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a couple of really good fights on that card, but that is not a card that is like a once-in-a-lifetime card. I was a little bit disappointed with the White House fight card. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just, down on it as a whole. But, again, top 2 fights, great fights. I just feel like it could have been a little bit bigger. I'm sorry to hear that, Chef. Don't know how I missed that one. And you got Hector out of 299. Can you check my stuff and see if I have blue number 26? I'll look. Absolutely. Hoping for Washington versus Abs. There you go. Blue 11, blue 2, blue 49, blue 17, And blue 28. How about that green baseball pack? That was the evergreen cards that I showed you. They were the die cut ones. Sorry, man, you were 2 away, chef. These. I thought they'd be a little more special. They're pretty basic. Let me check. 90, 75, 86, 1, 78. Nope. Very kind of you, though. All right. I'm going to Seattle for opening day in 2 weeks. We're going to have multiple games over 4 days. Yeah, I know. You got to find yourself a really nice hat to wear for opening. A really nice one. Something like embroidered. Like real nice. Like very limited. Not one that you can just get off the shelf. I think that might be it. You got some cards opened. You got a really good heated rant out of me. I think we can call that a show. I think that was a productive show. There were some clicks. Definitely some click-worthy items there. Oh, you know it'd be cool, Dangle? An Ichiro one. All right, good night, Hellbolt. I think we're getting out of here, too. Listen, if you have questions about any of you, even if you're watching right now and you never have chatted before in here, if you have a question about the industry, I am going to answer you 100% real. Again, I am not in the industry like I was before. It has been said by other people, not me, that I was arguably one of the best breakers on the planet. There was us, there was Laytons, and I'll name them, Fire Hands. There's a lot, and this was before Backyard. We were, when I did it before for the other company, we were elite. We were one of the top 3 places that you would go to get them. So I did it at some of the highest level. I pulled 6-figure cards regularly. I'll be more than happy to answer them questions. So just ask. Thoughts on expiring redemptions versus them having to store them. So I will be brutally honest. I don't think if you can secure the signature that you should have it in the product. I don't think you should include them. You should simply pull the card from the product. With that said, it's oftentimes the player's fault and not the company's. I know this because one of my buyers was somebody who repped players for these signings. And he said, we will call them every day. We will go to their house and say, sign these in front of me so I can physically take them myself. And the players just don't do it. They also pay the players up front for those signings. Hey, we're going to give you 60 grand for this signing. Great. They'll get 40 grand up front and 20 grand when it's over. They've already spent the nut of that signing. What do they care? I think the card should be pulled. As far as them expiring, first of all, I don't think there should be redemptions at all. I could see a redemption for memorabilia. Hey, if you get this, here's the original art that was used on this card. Here is a baseball glove that this person wore as an additional bonus. A redemption, they should have to store it. If they are the ones that are overproducing the cards so much that the packs aren't being opened for 15 years after they originally came out, that's a production problem. Get your business right. It's not me, the consumer's fault, that I opened a pack 10 years later because I could finally afford it, and now I can't have that Stan Lee autograph that I pulled because you didn't want to store it. Then you shouldn't have put a redemption in there. There's a responsibility, and I believe it is one Stan Lee that said this. With great power comes great responsibility. You have the power over collecting. You're the ones that create and put the products for people to chase. You have a responsibility to deliver those products. Period. It's not my fault, the consumer, that I got a pack for my birthday and they held it for 9 months and the thing happened to expire. It's not my fault. In what realm of hospitality and what realm of consumerism do you blame the consumer? Hey, it's your fault. You didn't open it early enough. I bought the product. It's mine. Maybe don't overpromise and underdeliver. That's just me. That's my opinion. Do I understand why they do it? I do. Space is limited. Space is very expensive. A lot of those companies don't own the warehouses they work out of. But I think it's BS. In 2006, I got a redemption for a Mike Tomlinson auto. Apparently, they didn't have any, and I received a Lawrence Maroney rookie in its place. Yeah. And that's the other thing. I have had redemptions that they could not fulfill because the person never signed. Stupid. But I figured it was Mike Tomlin, but I just read it word for word. I figured it was Tomlin. You should take whatever the comp is for that person's auto, numbered out of the same amount, and you should offer something of the same value. They say they do. They do not. No, for a fact they do not. I have been on the receiving end where they're like, oh, your choice is this. And I'm like, who's that bum? I've never heard of him. They're like, oh, we don't have that Jim Kelly auto, but here's this running back that blew out his knee 3 years ago. I don't want him. I don't want him. What are my other choices? Well, we really don't have much else. You have an entire warehouse full of cards that are not taken. You have more options. I know you do. I'm not stupid. Sapporo says what grinds my gears even more is they use redemption cards for replacements for other stuff. Yeah, nope, let's not, because I want to go home tonight. But Panini Points, I think they discontinued them finally. Panini Points is right up there with Dutch Auction.
Hey folks, in lieu of one of these really big hits, we're going to give you 750 Panini Points that you can only use at our store. But hey, you only need 6,000 to get a card that is actually worth something. But don't worry, for $300 you can get this guy that was in the G League for basketball. You're welcome. Ooh.
I hope you catch something that is treatable but not curable. By the way, that is my new That is my new anger phrase. I've caught myself using it a few times. That is, and I think it's perfect. I hope you catch something that's treatable but not curable. I hope something terrible happens to you, but not too terrible. It's like, I hope you get diabetes. It's treatable, but you're always going to have it. I hope you get Chirka 1993 hepatitis B. I mean, now it's curable, but back then, thanks, Pam Anderson. All right, folks, let's get out of here unless you want to buy something. Last call. I think I've gotten myself in enough trouble. It's like, I hope you have a day you deserve. Right, Chef? Right. I hope you have a rock in your shoe forever and you can never find it. That's true. Yep. Kate's like, have a good night. End this hate and vehemence. This venom. Not vehemence. Venomous. That's what I meant to say. I don't know why I said the other word. That is not the proper use for that. So let me correct myself. Folks, you already know where we're going. So don't pretend like you don't know. Hope you enjoy watching Super Bowl 48 on repeat, only the first quarter for eternity. Wow, Hellbolt, that's crazy. That is worse than death. Ladies and gentlemen, sumo is upon us. It is day 5. And boy, oh boy, has this been one tricky tournament. Those who you thought were going to win have not been winning, and those who you never heard of are having the tournament of their lives. It has been an absolute crazy basho this year, this month. I have struggled to try to stay up and watch it. It is daylight savings time kicked my butt the other day. But it is what it is. Folks, listen, I love each and every one of you. Please take care of yourselves and each other so we can do this again tomorrow. You might see us open up some more stuff tomorrow. Could be fun. I love you and enjoy the sumo. It's good stuff. Trust me, it's a sport worth watching. Be safe, everybody.